All right, so before making this video, which is right here, the last one I did earlier today was two Micahs, Micah times two, son of Jubilant Sykes and Paul Kim's son, Mike. Checking out the Instagram account of Paul Kim, we're going to check out, you know what, let's do that first. Because a third Micah has emerged in the Kindred cast, whose birthday is December 31st, the day, my daughter's birthday, and the day that Micah died. Paul's son. I'm going to share, and also the date one of the popes died. What are the popes? That's one of the big reasons the popes emerged, is one of them died this in 2025, was because the previous one had died December 31st. I don't remember where we're. Instagram. So, Micah's birthday, September 21st, and that is also Erik's birthday, like Erik from Channeling Erik. When I went to the spreadsheet, it said Erik, and I saw the grave. I needed to remind myself who Erik was, that his birthday is also September 21st, and then the woman from the cast, when is her birthday? It's not September 21st, right? I don't know. Let me go back to the spreadsheet here. Famous birthday. Her birthday is the same as Malcolm Jamal Warner's. So August 18th is the main actress in Kindred, a season 1 that never got a season 2, sadly, TV show that I ended up listening to the book because I couldn't wait for season 2, and then there was not a season 2. All right, before we go on to, I have to play this.
So tell us what.
Which he appeared to Riley. His name's Riley too. All right. First of all, this is encouraging children not to wear helmets. I got like 30 seconds in. At what point was he prayed for? After hitting the car? That sounds like guardian angels on children, nothing to do with Micah. Like, I don't understand how mom prayed and then the doctors, that's Schrodinger's, right? Is the cat dead in the box? Like, he's already gotten the concussion or not gotten the concussion. What constitutes a miracle versus also just people knowing that Micah exists and then the placebo effect. But this is literally telling children they can just not wear a helmet, get in a horrible accident, and be okay.
What you remember?
So I was on a motorbike that goes 40 miles per hour. So there was a truck in front of me that I didn't know. And then thank God he stopped. And then I went straight into the truck.
Did you have a helmet on?
Nope.
No helmet.
And the doctor said my head is perfectly fine. All right here is fine except for my arm and my leg.
And when we got to the hospital and they did a CT scan and an X-ray, because his head dented the hood. He did not have a concussion. He had a pinhole in his lung, and they thought they were going to have to put pins in his knee. But what happened? So you went to sleep that night. They gave you medication, got you comfortable, and said that you'd have surgery the next day at like noon?
Yeah.
And so what happened that night? Can you tell Mr. Paul about it?
And then it was like a dream. It was like a vision, kind of.
Now, if Micah, the child, came to him in a dream and he had never heard about Micah and came to his mom, that is a completely different scenario than him and his mother praying to this little boy and then the little boy coming to him in a dream. Like, those are, and then just don't wear a helmet. You can just intercede on your behalf as ghost slaves.
I thought I was up, but I think I was asleep. So it was him. I saw him 3 times. So once once he came over and sat on the bed and just prayed over my knee. And then
when you say him, who are you talking about?
Micah.
Yeah.
He-
And what did he look like?
So he had black hair, tan skin, and Asian kind of.
Yeah.
And he was wearing a robe of
Yeah.
some sort. Yeah, like a brown robe.
And he sat on the
Like a-
bed?
Yeah, and then he looked like a monk kind of.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like you know how brothers like wear
Mm-hmm.
right there. Yeah, it looked like kind of like that. And he just first. So this is the first time when he came, and he put his hand on my knee and just prayed over it. And then I woke up, and then yeah, and then the second time I went back to sleep, and then he sat on the other side and went to my wrist.
Wow.
Same. It was the same. He looked the same. He did everything. And then the third time he did my chest. And then
Wow.
that's what I remember.
That's beautiful, Riley.
Yeah.
And did you know?
And then I could feel a hand on my
Yeah.
wrist. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, Paul, I want to tell you, when my daughter and I were in the room, her husband and my husband had gone to get us Starbucks. And we were just talking with Riley, and we said we had been praying for the intercession of Sweet Micah and Padre Pio. And immediately Riley said, "Oh, he visited me last night." And that's when I asked Riley if Julia could start recording. And the surgeon can't believe.
So Padre Pio, just looking him up in the other tab, Italian friar, born May 25th, 1887, and died September 23rd, 1968. And I gotta figure out how to get back to the tabs.
Believe he didn't need pins. They were able to just, the knee is going back together like a puzzle. So, Paul, we're very thankful for your son, and we're so thankful that you are such a good father, and you've asked him to intercede for all of us here on earth.
How does that make him a good father? To enslave his ghost child, his deceased child, to do all this work when he's not even been dead for 3 weeks? I don't think that makes him a good father to his dead son or his living children. I don't think this makes you a good, you know what I mean, to lie to you. Like, nope. All of this weird as fuck. You weren't wearing a helmet. Maybe wear a fucking helmet and don't get ghost children to intercede on your behalf.
And we're so grateful for Micah. Riley, is there anything you'd like to say?
No, I'm good.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
probably remember Micah forever, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And your family, Paul.
Yep.
Thank you, Paul.
Paul chose this for his son. Paul is enslaving his son. Paul is an influencer who, you know what I mean, put his son online when he was dying of the flu and then died of the flu and then venerated him. Like the toxicity. Okay, but we're not really here for me to go on my same old rant. We're here for signs and symbols. So let's just get out of that. And then in one of these tabs is channeling Erik. Interview with Malcolm Jamal on Kevin Costner's birthday, my great grandpa's birthday, January 18th. The one, Ellie put out a video on Jane put out a video on Allie 3 years ago in 2023. Erik, the person who this is named after, took his life. His mom and him co-wrote a book after he died. This is right, the I'm just gonna go because I was reminded their channel date is August 31st, which is the date I had my second brain surgery. I already got third one scheduled, so not my final. August 31st, 2007. And channeling Erik. Interviews with my son in heaven. After my son Erik took his own life, he began to visit friends, family, and readers of my blog. Channeling Erik, eventually he began to share what he had learned from the other side. Now go to videos because I can't find it. By the way, they have a newer one too, but I just did all these today. So today there is the part 2. Today, part 1. Malcolm Jamal Warner drowned off of Lemon, Costa Rica on July 20th of last year. He was, let's just. Residence. I'm looking at the wrong one, aren't I? Nick's Honor's Walk. Oh, fun. Let's do this instead. We're not
Even if you don't know Maya Stoyan by name.
She's in one of Malcolm Jamal Warner is a regular on The Residence, a medical drama. Maya Stoyan is in one of the episodes, which is being a coach to the surgeons. And then she's also in Grey's Anatomy to April Kefner and whoever her husband is. I can't remember his name at the moment. And is his patient, a plastic surgeon patient.
You've probably seen her face. The talented Swiss actress has made dozens of on-screen appearances since her debut in 2009. Whether you like drama, suspense, or even a little bit of comedy, there's a good chance she's worked on something in your favorite genre. Many people will recognize her best from her role as Cara Lynn Palamazur Agent 33 in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and her role as Tori Ellis in Castle. Recently, she also had a role in the new Netflix film, Fatal Affair. With her diverse talent, there's no doubt that Maya's star will only continue to rise in the years to come. Here are 10 things you didn't know about Maya Stoyan.
And who is Maya? Maya is one of my sister's friends, I'm assuming still friends, who also very briefly dated Russell Brand and shares Russell Brand's wife's birthday. They have a video out on the red carpet that was from April 3rd and on the spreadsheet. And then I was reminded that her marriage to her Leo husband, his name's Leo. Is his name Leo? No, his name's Todd. Their son's name's Leo. Sorry. April 3rd. Is the Jane Goodall Day. Anyway, Malcolm Jamal Warner is who the other one's about. I know we do need to watch this first. It's only 4 minutes and 21 seconds, which is when the Pope died last year. It's gonna take us a while. It should be about September before I realize what year it is.
She loves yoga. Being an actor may seem like a fun and easy job, but most actors would probably disagree with the easy aspect. There is a lot that goes into preparing for and playing a role, and it can get pretty stressful. One of Maya's favorite ways to relax and decompress is to practice yoga on a regular basis. She has a diverse background. Maya Stoyan has a very diverse ethnic background. She was born and raised in Switzerland to a father from the Czech Republic and a Sri Lankan mother. Maya is fluent in both English and French. She relocated to the United States in the 2000s and still lives there today. She was in an episode of Grey's Anatomy. In its 15 years on the air, Grey's Anatomy given countless actors the opportunity for guest appearances. In 2016, Maya got her chance to be on an episode of the show. However, many fans probably didn't recognize her because her character had some facial injuries that required Maya to wear prosthetics. She loves to be outside. Maya is the kind of person who loves to enjoy all of the natural beauty that life has to offer. When she has time off from work, one of her favorite things to do is spend time outdoors. She is an avid golfer and also likes to do things like go swimming, hiking, and exploring. Her dream is to have more big roles. Almost every actor would agree that having a starring role is one of their goals. After all, being a series regular is the most job security you can ask for in the entertainment world. She told Nice Girls TV, "One of my dreams is to be a series regular on a hit TV show that I love and admire." She would also love the opportunity to star in a movie. She supports several causes. Maya is famous for acting, but as a celebrity, people often look to her for more than her acting skills. Maya is proud to be able to use her platform to support the causes and ideas she believes in. She has supported several charities throughout her career, including Midnight Mission and Bootu Bullying. She loves traveling. Traveling is one thing most people would agree they wish they could do more of. Unfortunately, not.
Okay, these are like the most generic facts about anyone ever. Likes kittens and puppies, and you know. Okay, we're not watching this. We're gonna go back and watch the Malcolm Jamal one though.
Our business has grown 10x, and NetSuite has allowed.
But first, just quickly, Kindred cast. Micah. So this is Mallory Johnson, who has the same birthday, at least according to where it's on my spreadsheet when I looked her up, as Malcolm Jamal. Is that right? Which is, I think, is from here. So, you know what I mean? Take it with a grain of salt. But then her husband, the TV show and the book are different. So I'm like, I don't remember. The partner who travels for part of it with her as the white guy married to dating a black woman, and she time travels to a time of slavery. His birthday, December 31st, 1988. His birthday was just 1988. Oh, Erica Kirk. Because the other Erica Kirk from the 1930s, who was married to a Claude Kirk. Anyway, too many things to do on one. Rufus, let's continue on with the cast. Why not? Okay, well, that's not going to be a cast that's there. Okay, none of these people have. Okay, whatever. We're not doing it. If they're not going to put the birth, I'm not scrolling down. We're not scrolling down. All right, now, Malcolm. Oh, this session was recorded January 14th, 2026, right? It says 2025. I think they might have that wrong, right? Seeing as he wasn't dead yet. Were you talking to him before he was dead?
Hello, Nicole Schwartz. How are you doing, sweetheart? Look at her skin.
Good, how are you?
Beautiful.
Oh, you're so sweet. Eric's here, by the way. He's like, "Hi, Mom."
Hi, honey. I love you. All right,
I love you.
I'm really excited about this particular interview because I have been binging on The Resident long before I even kind of figured out who this person was, Malcolm Jamal Warner. And I didn't even recognize him from the days of The Cosby Show. But let me read the backstory. But you will notice that on the screen, you'll see how to connect with Nicole. And it's also, her information is in the description box. So be sure you check her out. She's getting booked up. So let's make it happen, people. All right. He was born 1970, passed away 2025, and is an American actor, director, musician, and poet, best known for his role as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show. Rising to fame as a teenager, he became a defining presence in one of the most influential television series in American history, helping shape the portrayal of Black family life on mainstream TV. Beyond acting, Warner had pursued music, spoken word, and directing, earning critical respect for his creative range and thoughtful approach to storytelling. He's a wonderful actor. If y'all watch The Resident, you'll see the span of his emotions. It's just amazing. His career reflects a lifelong commitment to artistic growth, cultural representation, and personal integrity. Well, he showed that in his death because at the age of 54, he drowned trying to save someone in the Limon province in Costa Rica. He was caught by a very strong rip current. So, yeah, one of the best swimmer, I guess. Anyway, do you have him?
Wasn't the best swimmer. A riptide. Saved his daughter's life. I believe that was the person he saved.
Here, have you connected with him?
I do. He is here. He is here right now, but he's saying which is interesting. He says hi, hello, and he's like,
Hi.
I just want to let you guys know I'm very grateful to be here in front of you. And he's like, he has his arm around Erik. He's like, thank you for this opportunity. I'm very grateful. But he's
Aw.
showing me that. So his death, he's bringing me back to his death, and he's showing me that he actually, there's a lot of conspiracy and there's a lot of truth and falseness with what happened, because he didn't actually try to save anybody.
Oh, okay.
So he's showing me, so he was in the water with somebody, just I don't know if it was a friend or something else. It was no.
I think real him would know, right? That maybe I don't know. Maybe I have it wrong, right? Maybe ghost him is and his daughter. Who's that person I was with trying to help your daughter?
One in his family. His
Okay.
family was on the beach,
Okay.
so he was in the water, and not so deep, probably belly button or waist or something like that. But you're able to, feel the floor. He's saying, he's like, there was sand underneath my feet. I was able to feel that. But he says he was not really experienced with swimming, and he could swim, but he's like, if I was trapped in the middle of a lake, I probably wouldn't have made it either, just because he wasn't that experienced. But he got caught in a rip current. So this rip current came in and took both of the guy, so him and somebody else he's showing me, because he's showing me like two people went under.
Oh, hence the conspiracy. Yeah, because Talbot did not mention anything in bio about him saving someone or trying to save someone. So I don't know where I got that. Go ahead.
Erik saying before, he goes, that was something that was said a long time ago, because that was when everybody first heard it. That's what they said. Oh, he died trying to save his daughter or somebody. But he's saying that's not really what happened. And plus, he was not that experienced swimming. And he didn't know what to do in a rip current. So when he went under, the other guy went under too. And he kind of panicked. He was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? But he kept going under, and he was trying to swim, but he was swimming in with it. So he didn't know. He's showing me, he's like, you're supposed to swim, I guess, sideways.
Yeah.
And
parallel to the beach, or perpendicular to the rip current. Yeah. So that you get out of it.
But he's showing me somebody else jumped in the water, because that other guy that was with him did not drown. He actually was able to get out of the rip current, because he was able to swim. He was a more experienced swimmer and knew what to do.
Okay.
Rather than Malcolm, he's saying that it went so fast that he gobbled up so much water that it really wasn't, he was kind of like, he passed out.
Yeah.
And then he saw this like orb floating up, and it was like so weird, and thought he was going into the light, but he actually was transitioned. He died pretty fast, I'm getting, because it was very, the rip current was that strong.
Yeah.
And so they did try to resuscitate him and revive him, getting out of, but he was already gone.
Yeah.
So he's showing me that he's looking at them trying to do CPR and reviving him. And he's like, man, it's like, I can't believe that's how my out was. But he goes, it was a soul contract that I planned that. And he says he knew he wasn't going to make it till like 70. He knew he was going to die young, but he knew he was going to be with his family, and he was going to be with them when he passed. Okay. But he's also showing me that that orb was his father. Oh. So his father was bringing him to the light. So he
looking up his father, there was a different Robert Warner Jr., because his dad's information isn't there, but there is a very looks like recent photo of him with his dad. Therefore, I think his dad is still alive. But a different Robert J. Wagner, sorry. No, this is Wagner. This one says, well, anyway, this one's Warner. Robert W. Warner Jr. was born February 7th, 1956, and died September 16th, 2025. So it's like, if that was him, that would have, and the other one, Robert Eugene Warner Jr. was born May 5th, 1954, and died April 21st, 2024. But neither of those are actually him. He's still alive, though.
Actually saw it, and his father actually helped him transition
Nice.
and carried him over to the other side.
Oh, that's nice. All right, we got some questions from our wonderful community. Yeah, he was 54. Well, he didn't look 54. Anyway,
He didn't.
no.
He looked. He
Have
great.
you watched
He
The
was.
Resident? Have you watched him in The Resident at all?
I did. So I watched The Resident before he actually passed away. So when I was like, no, I was like, it was so sad.
I know.
Because I guess I wasn't. I'm young. So I'm 90s. So like the Cosby Show,
No,
I didn't know he was on there until now. I'm like, oh, wait, that's him. That's so weird.
Yeah, that's so cool. Anyway, can you describe the crossing over? I think you did. What happened and how it felt from your perspective. So you did give us a description. Is there anything you want to add to that, or would you like to go to the next question? By the way, I have my otter spirit bracelets on, feeling good. All right, go
Love
ahead.
those. He's saying that he kind of felt guilty in a sense because he kept playing in his head, well, if I was a better swimmer, maybe I could have got out of that. But he's saying no, just because it was kind of his end game. He's saying, he goes, it was such a great, beautiful life that he had a sense that he was not going to, die at old. Like he said he never thought he would have a kid like that. He always saw himself like, if you saw his funeral, he saw himself like not that gray and everything, but he just felt. He's saying he knew that he has done a lot for his life, his community, and everything. So he felt like there was a sense of completion there, but leaving his loved ones, it took him a little bit because even though he can always be with them, it's different because he can't physically be with them.
I know that. So who greeted you when you arrived on the other side? You said your dad helped you transition.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody else greet you when you finally arrived?
When I was like pregnant and everything was like stabilized, everything was.
There's an older guy that played on the Cosby Show that passed away that they were close with. He did as well.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I don't know who that is because I
don't know if it was a grandfather or something.
Grandfather. Yeah. All right. So you answered this one. Did you have a sense while alive that your life might be shorter than expected? So yes, we got that. You really never envisioned yourself growing really old before passing. Now, looking back now.
I gotta look him up. Earl Hyman, who played Russell, and born October 11th, 1926, which I know has been but I don't remember what it. I'm gonna have to go look. Died November 17th, 2017. So the people I was with the guy I was with on 9/11, and Rachel McAdams and Danny DeVito, who's mentioned in Mean Girls.
Now, do you understand your passing as part of a soul plan or contract? You said yes, it was one of your exit points, but tell me why. Why so young? Let's talk about that soul contract, if you don't mind.
So he's showing me, when most kids are going through their teen years, there's a lot of downtime and stuff. And he goes, my teen years, I was an actor and I was on the brink of this new way of seeing new dynamic of how families should be like of African Americans, because it was always a Caucasian family or something like that.
Yeah.
They always be like, and he said it was just such a sense of for him to actually be a kid on that. And kind of, he says he was his authentic self. Yes, he had some traits that he portrayed on the show that weren't his, he's saying, but mostly that was him. And so people got to see him grow up. And then he didn't want his life lived through, like, he's showing me like a camera lens. Like, so whenever that ended, he didn't want to be like, okay, what's next? Because he was so young, he wanted to experience life and he wanted to do things. So he did a great job of keeping, I mean, I know himself out of the public eye for a while and did his own thing, and then came back to acting and had different parts on different shows. But he was just really, I mean, he honestly didn't need to work because he made a lot, and he just really loved
it.
Portraying different characters and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's showing me that when he died, it's like he kind of felt like, okay, I actually did good in this world. You know, I was able to provide for my family and set them up so they're going to be okay for life. And he says he didn't leave any loose ends.
That's awesome.
And he also was saying that his mom is very spiritual.
Oh.
She's alive.
Oh, she's alive. Yeah.
And and he communicates with her all the time, but she is she understood that it was a soul contract, and
wow,
his life was kind of complete there, and how he has done so much good that she says it. He said it took her a while to get to this point, but knowing that her boys, she's saying, knowing that her boys are together, make her soul happy.
Her boys, like the father,
and her son.
Okay, wow. So, what was the biggest lesson of your life, Malcolm? Other than maybe you should take swimming lessons next go around.
That's what he said. He goes, honestly, I probably should have been a better swimmer.
Oh goodness.
But he says, he goes, it was just trying to I guess it was just trying to understand how going forward in this life, you know, I came into this world and things weren't, everything was segregated. You know what I mean? So he says, he says one of his biggest lesson and stuff was kind of having to cut through some of the red tape and the bullshit going forward when filming the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
But also he says one of his biggest lessons too was, you know, having Bill Cosby as a father figure for so long and then finding out who he truly was. He goes, that was such a, really, he goes, that was such a gut wrenching,
So AI Overview seems to think his dad is dead, but what they reference is a Facebook post that talks about his death and how they both are alumni of Lincoln University.
Experience, he says, it was just hard to hear. He goes, there was some, you know, he was such a great, at the time, guy, you know, he was a great guy at the time because nobody knew.
Right.
He goes, I was never abused or anything like that.
Good.
But I kind of lost respect for him, he's saying. But I know now that as sick and how twisted it is, he's saying it's his life path and he chose to do this. He chose to who he was and how things developed and overall. So he's learned these lessons. Yes, even if it's sick, he's saying, but he won't have to go through that again. And he's going to come back as a more healed and spiritually divine person.
Oh, good. All right. Well, y'all got along real well on set?
Yeah, here and there. You know, I was a teenager, so it's just, he goes, yes, but sometimes he tried more to be like offset my dad. And he goes, I already have a dad, but he respected his opinion and respected everything. And he loved, you know, his mom on the show. And he says they were just such a close-knit family growing up to, he goes, I kept in touch with some of them.
Okay. So, what was your highest point in life from a soul perspective?
He's showing me when he had his daughter.
Oh, okay.
That was one of like the biggest. He goes, it was just like something, I work so hard for things and but that's just a different miracle. He says, he goes, even with the Cosby Show, how people would relate to me, being a kid and a teen, just, having family, going to school, growing up. And he's saying that was an important lesson, just to show the differences between how people are in their different environments and stuff like that. And how he's showing me, like, sometimes he had trouble in school, so it's showing like different perspectives, so people can be like, okay, this is normal, not everybody is perfect in school and everything. But he's saying having his daughter and getting married to the love of his life was the best. With his highest point. And so just being with them and being able to build a life with.
So I'm in the middle of looking up the Cosby Show cast, and most of it relevant. But this person also has a death date. I was trying to find out how she died. I believe she was his girlfriend on the show. Health and death. In August 1997, Thomas was diagnosed with a rare cancer. Thomas never smoked or drank and was a vegetarian. Her mother added that they gave her a sedation that was supposed to put her up for 20 minutes and she'd sleep for 4 days. Her body couldn't take it. Thomas underwent surgery to remove a lemon-sized tumor in 1998. Again, he drowned off Lemon, Costa Rica. Thomas flew to her mother's home in New Jersey and spent Thanksgiving with her family. On December 23rd, at the age of 30, Thomas died as a result of the tumor in New York City at Manhattan's Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Thomas's lifelong friend and former boyfriend, was among those at her bedside. On December 26, 1998, a Muslim funeral service was held per her request. She was buried in New Jersey. And that is Michelle Thomas's picture. She's born September 23rd. And now back to the YouTube video. Can you imagine if his dad is still alive and this is how he finds out he's not really his son? He's like, wait a minute. Who's your ghost dad orb guiding you through to the other side?
Life with him when he was alive was
How
very.
are they doing? How are they doing? Your wife and your
He says
daughter?
now he goes the holidays are very rough. You know, it was the first holiday without him being there.
Yeah.
And he's saying, it was hard too because trying to tell, your daughter, like, oh, like, Daddy's here, but even though if you can't see him, he's always with you. But he goes, I was there all the time. I watched over them. I send them signs. My wife, I sent her signs too. And my mom receives them, he's saying, more so, but his wife, she gets a little freaked out sometimes. So she's like, she'll still talk to him in the house, but she gets a little scared. But if he'll like flicker a light or try to communicate with her or like do something, he says he did move like something on the side of their bed or something on this table. And it really like
freaked her out.
But she's going to get around to it. So it's just kind of because they were there, it was kind of a traumatic experience. The daughters, he's saying his wife is making sure the daughter is like an amazing swimmer, he's saying. So this never happens, or they don't have to go through.
Were they both on the beach when this happened?
Mm-hmm.
So the daughter and the wife saw the resuscitation and all that? That must have been awful.
They saw the resuscitation. They didn't really see him go under.
Okay. Do you have any big regrets? Most souls that I speak to don't, because it's part of the contract, etc. But and it's not about the swimming, but any regrets?
He's saying honestly, no. He's lived his life how he wanted to live his life, and
Don't raise dragons right off the bat. For new players, at the start of the game, don't rush to raise dragons. You might get a powerful dragon at the beginning, but early resources are limited, and raising dragons consumes a lot of resources, which will slow down your economic development. As the game progresses, the enemy's attack speed will gradually.
he's like, he was just such a. He's like, I was happy I was able to give people comfort and who I am. And he goes, even acting, like, bottom line, like, that's truly who I am. I am a big soft teddy bear, and you could tell that on my later
In the resident, yeah.
mhm.
You could tell you were big and brash and kind of scary, big old surgeon, but you had a soft heart. And I'm sure that it was that kind of your true persona.
Yes. He goes, yeah, 100%. He goes, he said he loved the sun. He just always was very happy. And, but being in the spotlight wasn't his favorite.
Okay. All right. What surprised you the most about your life when you reviewed it from the other side? I suppose they're talking about your life review. Was there any shockers?
He's showing me when a lot of people watches what he performed in, he didn't realize how many lives he's touched. He goes, it was very humbling to see that, like, see other people's reactions. And even when my passing, I didn't realize how many people truly knew who I was still, or he says, I didn't realize how many people I affected.
Okay. Was it part of your soul contract to only have one kid this lifetime?
Yes. He said that's a big one, because it's hard to lose a parent, he's saying. So
so you didn't want more than one child to go through the grieving process? And is that what
he says it wasn't my he's showing it wasn't my intention. That he said that was never planned. Like, hey, when I die, I only want one kid. He says that wasn't it. He goes, but looking back on it, how things just took it. He's like, I spent a lot of time with my wife, and we had a beautiful marriage, and then we had our daughter. We were just living the dream. And if something would have happened and we had another kid, okay. But he goes, we weren't trying for another kid. He says if one would have happened, it would have been probably like an oopsies, or just not really, because he's showing me there was only one child circling around him and his wife that wanted to come into their life.
Oh, interesting. Were you an actor in other lifetimes as well?
He's saying he was more of a musician.
Oh, really? You want to share another life?
He was a jazz musician.
Oh, really?
He's showing me. Yeah, he's saying, okay, yeah. So he's like, he loved the blues, and he's just saying he was very, very good at instruments. He used to make his own as well.
In this other life?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where was this and when was it?
There's multiple. He's showing me two of them. So one where he made his own instruments, he was like in a rural farm. So this was like 1800s. But he was, and then the last one, he was in New Orleans. And yeah, he's like showing me like 1920s saxophone.
Okay. Were you famous?
To the people that knew me, he said.
Okay.
He says he would play at little restaurants
dive.
and then on the streets. But he goes, I just did it really for fun. And he's like, I just loved making music.
Were you African American then too?
Yes.
Okay. Was your wife the great love of your life?
Yes, 100%, he said.
Mm. So why did you choose to keep your wife and daughter largely private from public life? Kind of an obvious thing, but you really did a good job doing that. You all did.
So he's saying, you know, when you expose too much of what's going on in your life, then of yourself or others, people can manipulate it into something that it's not.
Mm.
And he's saying that if there was, he never wanted to always be the like paparazzi and everything. He's saying
Yeah.
that he wanted to say private because energy can affect everything, you know, outside energy. So he just wanted to keep to himself. He loved, he showed me like a small knit community he had. So he had some friends and family, but he really stayed close to himself. But he really did it for protection. He's saying that he didn't want paparazzi like going when his daughter was born and everything. And when he got married, he goes, that's just so much chaos that he's saying, why do I want to put that in their life when they have nothing to do with it? You know, like people are trying to get to me and see my life. But he goes, I didn't like that. He goes, I didn't want anything like that. He goes, things started coming back out when he started acting again, but he said he did a really good job laying low for some years.
Yeah. And the question that we probably already answered, what fear or protection instinct was behind that choice to keep your family private? Did we answer that already enough?
Yeah, he said the paparazzi and news reporters are ruthless. They'll do anything for a story.
Manipulating fake news, manipulating information. Okay, that makes sense.
He says, you know, fake news, and especially with everything that came out with Bill Cosby, you know, people like to be like, point stuff, be like, oh, did he abuse you? No, like that never, you know, he goes, he just wanted to stay in his own lane, he said.
Good. If there was a soul contract with your daughter, how are you helping her heal now?
He says, Daddy's always with you, baby girl. He goes, I'm always with you. And he shows her, he comes to her a lot in her dreams and helps her. He's like this he's showing me like this knight, like, I don't know, that they go on adventures in their dreams. And I don't know, he's still very active. And so she's able to have that sense there, but she feels, she's very intuitive and very energy sensitive. So sometimes he'll put his hand and she'll feel it. Like he'll put his hand on her hand and then she'll be like, that's weird, it's warm. And she'll feel it.
Wow, that's so cool. Is there in part one with this question, is there anything you wish your family knew or understood today in the hopes that they might watch this, I guess?
He's saying, honestly, he's at peace. He's happy. He is always with them, protecting them, watching out for them. But he goes, there's nothing you could have done. It was inevitable. But he goes, his soul will always live on.
Yeah, that's true. All of our souls live on forever. All right, great. Thank you, Nicole. You guys check around, and Nicole Schwartz's information is in the description box, and it's already on the screen, probably now as we speak. And I don't know how Paula sets it up. I'm gonna have to check it out so I don't keep repeating stupid stuff. And thank you, Malcolm. If you could just hang tight with Erik, we will be back for part two. Just make sure y'all hit the notification button, the like button, and the subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Real strength.
Managed to actually start cleaning, so we're gonna keep watching so that we can just one more check on that one. Yep, I think we're good. There's no copyright. All right, I think we're
strength isn't pushing.
Oh, goody. 2 long adverts. YouTube. Also, was Ashton Kutcher just in that advertisement?
Hi, everyone. We are back with part 2 of our interview with Malcolm Jamal Warner. He is a wonderful actor. Was Theo on the Huxtable family show, The Cosby Show. And most recently, I've been binging The Resident, where he's a famous cardiovascular surgeon. Anyway, he died off the coast of Costa Rica in a rip current. So we're all very sad about that. He was only 54. That was this past summer. If you want the entire story, you can go to part 1 and I talk about it more extensively. All right. Thank you for hanging out still with Erik, Malcolm. And hi again, Erik. I love you still.
It's like, hi, I love you. And he's like, oh no, we didn't go anywhere. He's like, we're tuned in.
Okay, good. Malcolm, was there something meaningful in the box you left behind? And what did it represent? I did not know this news. Box.
He's showing me like little trinkets, accomplishments and a memoriams that he's just kept over the years that he just wanted to give to leave behind to his family.
Was it like, when I die, I want them to open this box and see this? Is that what the thing was? Or was it, I'm just keeping memories?
He's showing me it was like keeping memories. More so than don't open this until I die.
Okay, I got you. All right. What was the most meaningful thing in that box?
Something with there's 2, he's showing me something from his wedding and then something from his daughter's birth. So there's 2 things in there.
Oh, okay. That would be very meaningful.
Like maybe the cake topper he's showing me. And then I'm seeing like, a blanket or something with his daughter. I had something, some type of clothing.
Okay. One of those Mother Teresa blankets that they wrap every kid in. Looks like a Mother Teresa shawl. All right. How did fame at such a young age shape or challenge your soul's growth? It didn't seem like you became a bad boy, a troubled guy, got into drugs and all that. So yeah.
He said he came from a really good family. They supported him through everything, and he's very grateful for that. And being a part of he's like, he found a different community with the Cosby family. You know, it was just being a teenager at that time and having a lot of things go on with African Americans at that time. Like things were just starting to be better for them.
Yeah.
It's a different sense. You're able to see like this all-American family go about their life when you usually would see, he's showing me, you know, how it used to be in shows and movies and TV. They were like attendants or they were more being waited on, you know, rather than having their own voice. So he's saying that was a huge thing for not only the Black community, but just himself being on this platform, knowing this show would, you know, change the world. And it did, because it helped a lot of other, he's saying, Black community families go on with their shows. He keeps showing me like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He goes, he
Oh,
feels
yeah.
like they were a precursor for that.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and he also is saying that
Unbundled home insurance means you only pay for the coverage you want. Have a home-based business? Add coverage with the...
you know, a lot of the Cosby shows, they would put their real life experience into it. So some things he was acting was actually something maybe one of his parents on the show, kids were going through.
Oh,
So they would put their real life experience into that when creating the show. And he was said it was just very humbling to see, and people could kind of relate to him. As a teenager growing up, like it doesn't have to be gangs and violence and all this stuff. Like we're normal.
Yeah.
Like,
of course.
we're just like everybody else. Just, you know, we're all the same.
That's right. Did you see fame? Do you see fame as a blessing, a curse, or both from where you are now?
He's saying both. He's saying, you know, fame was great growing up because he goes, he never thought he would be
teenager
that
being
successful.
famous? Oh my God.
Yeah. And so, and everybody
Awesome.
knew who he was.
You got all the girls,
everyone knew. He goes, I didn't have any trouble with the ladies. But he was just such he's like very stoic, very strong, and he's saying it was a curse only to be always in the newspapers, the tabloid, if something just negative, because people like a scandal, people like drama. So if it was positive, that's awesome. He goes, I didn't mind that, but I didn't like having people. I'd be like, oh, did you see that you're in this paper? Like, oh, what is it now? So that's why he said he goes, I went underground for a while.
Yeah.
Before I came back up.
I don't blame you. What do you think? Oh yeah. How did you get into acting? Did your parents push you, or did you just decide on your own? I want to audition for this, or how did that come about?
He had the support from his parents, and they are. But I'm getting he was like doing it as a kid, like, and it was very good. Singer too. So he was just a very happy and he's a busy kid, but very high. So he was always into trying different things, and he loved to try it. He's showing me, he's like, he would take on different roles as people, and he liked to play that. So that's when he really started figuring out, okay, acting's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. But it was really when he auditioned for the Cosby Show that he didn't think he was as good as he was.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
So,
all right. So what do you think about parasocial relationships, especially how Black audience connect with you through Theo? I don't know what parasocial relationships, what that really means. Maybe you do, Erik? You want me to look it up?
parasocial.
Does that mean different socioeconomic, people from different socioeconomic levels being together? Let me look it up.
He's showing me like one, like, so.
Right.
How everybody's able to relate to like a character or something.
Relationship. Okay, sorry about that. I'm asking ChatGPT. My boyfriend is a one-sided psychological relationship in which a person feels a sense of emotional connection, familiarity, or intimacy with a public figure, media personality, fictional character, or online creator, despite no real reciprocal interaction. So it's one.
All right, well, this isn't gonna work very good with gloves on, especially once they're wet. So, that's not what a parasocial relationship is, right? You kind of have it with a fictional character. Real people, one-sided relationships. Otherwise, you're in a relationship with a fictional character. Parasocial, I love that. She's like, different social economics? No. Erik, do you know what it is? Do I need to chat GPT it?
One way, the individual knows a lot about the figure, like Theo. The figure does not know the individual. It's emotionally real, the feelings, so I guess it's like
So when you watch a TV
fans,
show and
fans.
yes. So it's like how fans portrayed him as Theo, and they got a sense like they loved Theo, but Theo's just a character and it's really Malcolm. But he's saying that being a teen and being a young adult during this time on the Cosby Show, he said he was embodying like a lot of his own qualities. And so and being a kid growing up, but he said Theo was very relatable. So that's why a lot of people, would hang on to him and saw him for what he was. But he's saying that a lot of people would come up to him and be like, Theo, 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 and be like, no, that's not me, like in the streets or stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
But
right. Yeah.
they really resonated with that character. And I really believe that it helped shape a lot of people and showed them that